What is guys, Tyler once again, and I'm coming at you guys with another content of Cookie and Kingdom. In this video, I want to review Vampire Cookie, who is going to be one of the best when it comes to the single hit damage skill. Anyways guys, if you guys find this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the like button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you guys don't miss out on any future Cookie and Kingdom videos as well as live streams that I do on YouTube. Anyways guys, with all that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so here we go. There's Vampire Cookie. And honestly, Vampire Cookie has been used for a very long time. Surprisingly. Honestly, longer than Licorice now, right? One of the OG cookies that have been added into the game since the beginning, right? And already been added into Cookie and Oven Break. If you guys do not play Oven Break, you know, Vampire is in that game as well, but very strong and needs to be used inside of the guild boss battle as a mandatory member of the team. So let's go over Vampire Cookie's stat as a maxed out level 60, 5 stars with 5 Syrian Raspberry equipped on him. Alright, so the stat right now is going to be HP 89,025. Attack is going to be at 53,435. Defense is going to be at 37,059. And crit is going to be at 18%, making Vampire Cookie as an ambush cookie a total power of 186,603. So going over the stats of the toppings that I have equipped on Vampire Cookie, let me just turn off the camera real quick, is going to be right now at 55.3% at attack. With the 5% is going to actually make Vampire Cookie a total of 60.3% extra attack. Alright, and the crit percent is going to be a little bit lower at 4.8%. I do highly recommend you, of course, increase the crit percentage for Vampire, especially if you are using him for the guild boss battle. And the next one is going to be amplified buff at 2.7%. Does not really matter. And honestly, the other stats do not matter for Vampire Cookie. The two most important stats that I would recommend you guys do focus on for Vampire Cookie is going to be attack as well as crit percentage. Alright, so that is going to be the build that you need to go with Vampire. Only 5 Syrian Raspberry. There's no other build. Alright, that's going to be it no matter what. Alright, so going over the skill is called Vampirism. Okay, I hope I pronounced that right. If I didn't, please let me know down in the comments. But it's going to be a 13-second cooldown, and it says turns into a bat and attacks the rearmost enemy, drinking their blood and restoring some HP depending on the amount of caused damage. Restore some HP with each regular attack. So Vampirism, it says 15% of the damage as well as a single hit damage of 1016.5%. That's a massive number. Of course, if you do compare it with Red Velvet, is a lot lower. However, you got to realize Red Velvet's regular attack, look at this, 16,000. Of course, the toppings are not like, you know, full Syrian Raspberry. Of course, Red Velvet is not maxed out, but you gotta always keep in mind when you guys do compare Vampire with Red Velvet, is that Vampire's base attack is a lot higher. So even though there's 300% less in the actual percentage right here of damage, Vampire is still going to be doing so much more damage. Alright, so that's the reason why, because of the base attack. Alright, so that massive amount of damage is going to be crazy. So let's go into the World Exploration and just try out Vampire Cookie and see how viable he is inside of World Exploration. Alright guys, so this time around we're going to skip 725 and jump right into 8-30 and do a solo battle against the Cake Witch with Vampire Cookie using Scroll, Slingshot as well as a Lollipop. So let's go right into it, and then once after we beat this battle, we are going to go into 12-30 and we'll be using Vampire there as well. Alright, so if you guys do want to see Vampire right there, boom, 886,000 with the full crit using the Lollipop. Holy moly. Alright, Vampire does ton of damage, guys. That 1000% is not something you can definitely just ignore. That was without crit 500,000 damage, guys. And also you gotta realize that Vampire Cookie is healing 15% of normal attack. Alright, so you know, Vampire Cookie pretty good. Alright, especially against bosses, and that's where he shines. Alright, so we're gonna go into the boss battle right here. Alright, so I'm gonna be using the Lollipop first, and I'm gonna actually use Vampire and then the Slingshot. Boom! So close of one-shotting it. Could have been there, but I kind of missed out a little bit. But here we go, guys. With one shot, we almost just obliterated the Cake Witch. Alright, that's the power of Vampire. And that's the reason why I always tell you guys that if you guys are versing a boss that's a stationary or whatever it is, a single boss, make sure to use Vampire, because Vampire will shred that boss. Alright, so let's go into 12-30 now. Alright, and use Vampire Cookie, and I will show you guys how much damage Vampire Cookie is able to do. Alright, so we are going to be using Vampire Cookie, and I'm going to be putting in Pure Vanilla just for the extra healing. I'm going to be putting Sorbet. I will be putting in, actually, I want to put in Cotton here and Dark Choco at the very end. Alright, so this is going to be the team. I'm not going to put in the Lollipop because Vampire Cookie is going to take it. I'm just going to put in the Jelly Watch, and then I will be doing an automatic run, so to show you guys exactly how much damage Vampire is able to do, as well as Sorbet and Cotton. Actually, you know what? Let's not do an automatic run. Let's do a manual run, because I do want to time these skills so that they can maximize the damage with the slingshot here. Right? So if you guys did see one shot, just one skill run through, and look how much damage they are able to do to this dragon. Of course, I am going to be doing a lot more damage because, once again, my laboratory is leveled up, and of course my cookies are all maxed out, so they are going to be doing a lot more damage than your cookies, or some of your cookies. I don't think I'm doing more damage than every single one of you guys, so I don't think it's fair for me to say all of you, but yeah, it's just gonna be how it is. But look how much damage they are doing. Alright, they're doing so much damage, and honestly, with Dark Choco and the slingshot, they're just gonna be shredding through majority of the bosses. And that's why when you guys ask me, hey Hyrule, how do I beat 11-30? How do I beat 12-30? How do I beat 8-30? How do I beat 10-31? Use Vampire, use Dark Choco, use your slingshot. Make sure to use it when they are, they're about to attack. The reason why I'm actually using Vampire and Sorbet skill before the actual slingshot activation is because they have an attack animation, and you don't want to be missing out on the slingshot damage. So I always like to use Vampire and then Sorbet and then the slingshot. Alright, but let's see the damage right here. Boom. Alright, look at the damage. Cotton did a ton, but Vampire right here, 4,900,000, and the Sorbet is not far behind at 4,100,000. But look how much damage Vampire Cookie is able to do. Alright, so now let's go into the guild boss battle, and let me show you guys how much damage Vampire is able to do in guild boss battle. Alright guys, so we are going to be using this team right over here against level 60 dragon. So I hope my Dark Choco can actually survive against this dragon and see how much damage Vampire is able to do. Alright, so I'm going to be using the Cotton strat like I've shared with the video. And let's see how much damage we can do. Please, Dark Choco, survive, please. Let's see. Actually, I don't know. Wow, okay, Dark Choco died, but we're still gonna roll with it. We're gonna see how much damage Vampire is able to do, even though Dark Choco did die. I hope. Oh man, look at that. Okay, so Dark Choco died, so Vampire is the only one who actually had a chance to hit the dragon 2 times, and I'll have to say, not the best run, not the best showcase of the damage, but as you can see, Vampire did do a ton of damage here, still doing about 1 million damage. If Dark Choco did survive, then I know Sorbet as well as Poison Mushroom would have been able to cast their spell twice, but Vampire usually does the most damage, about 2 million, especially with Dark Choco's extra 20% defense reduction. So yeah, not the best run, but I gotta work with what I have right now. So Vampire is going to be the best right now, even though he is OG Cookie, one of the best for guild boss battle. And lastly, we're going to use Vampire Cookie inside of the arena. I'm actually going to be using this team right over here. We have Holloberry, we have Sea Fairy, as well as Frost Queen, Vampire, and Cotton. And we'll be using the Scroll, the Feather, as well as the Jelly Watch, and see exactly how we do against the team. And here we go. This is going to be a very standard meta team as well. We have, I'm sure, going to be Pumpkin Pie, Cotton, Sea Fairy, as well as maybe Frost Queen here. And we'll see how we do against a fully maxed out team. Alright, we're gonna have Vampire with 0% damage resist. Keep that in mind and see how much damage we're able to do. Alright, here we go. So yeah, I was right. It's gonna be Frost Queen, a Cotton. I hope Vampire just doesn't die. Yeah, so the reason why Vampire is not used inside of the higher ranking teams is because there's just so much damage resist on the rearmost enemy majority of the time that it's just not worth using Vampire Cookie to try to snipe them. Right? You're just gonna lose out on the battle in the long term, and you're not gonna be able to beat them. And that's the reason. That's exactly what happened here. All right. So that's the reason why I don't recommend you guys use Vampire Cookie. Of course, if you do play in the lower ranks, Vampire Cookie is going to be good and will be able to one-shot some of the rearmost enemies that don't have damage resist. Like, they don't put damage resist on their healers. They don't focus on that. However, in the upper ranks, they do. And that's exactly what happened. So here you go. As you guys can see, Vampire Cookie basically did no damage because he is a single hitting damage, and I'm sure Cotton had a lot of damage resist, and that's the reason why the damage of Vampire is lower than Cotton inside of the arena. Alright guys, anyways, that's gonna be the review of Vampire Cookie. One of the best cookies that I honestly think that you should be investing in when it comes to the boss battles, especially in the later games. Like I mentioned in 11-30, 11-23. If you guys haven't watched Code's video, I do highly recommend you guys go watch that video, because it will show you guys using Vampire, defeating 11-23 even on dark mode, utilizing Vampire Cookie's massive damage with the slingshot as well as ice cream. As well as in order to defeat 12-30, Vampire Cookie is going to be one of the best. And for the late games, especially in the guild boss battle, Vampire Cookie is a must-have cookie. Anyways guys, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you guys did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the like button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you guys don't miss out on any future Cookie Kingdom videos as well as live streams that I do on YouTube. Anyways guys, thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you guys all next time.